So I'm super excited to be at my first ever show jumping competition on Cassie today at Beaver Hall. I am currently walking the children's version of the course, which is I think 50 centimetres. And then I've just found out that fillers go in at 65 and I am meant to be jumping in the 65 and 70. And because I've never done a course on Cassie, and also I've not jumped a course for 12 years, I feel as though I might just move myself down a few classes. Cassie looking a total babe in her outfit. Me looking not so much a babe in my pyjama welly combo. So Cassie's actually behaving really immaculately. She's super chilled. So our objectives for today are to not fall off and jump entire course, even if from a standstill. What do you think, Cassandra? She says. I'm not sure, Mum. And here we are entering the ring. This big trot is a result of me trying to canter, but her not actually responding to said aids and just sort of bouncing along. Eventually we get a sluggish, weird canter, which is already starting to hurt my aching legs to keep her going. Attempting to canter to the first fence, but oh, yeah, we got over it. She wasn't so sure. Now disunited canter into a big weird loopy trot. She's starting to stare at the next jump, but she gets over. I've given up on that canter malarkey now, and we're just having to tackle everything at trot because it's easier to kick from trot. So we're having a good look at every single fence, but actually going. I feel like we're getting into a bit of a flow now. Oh no, we broke it. Coming up to the double next, quite a positive corner until she realises there's two jumps and has to try and stop. One slap with the world's most useless whip, and she went. I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to take my hand off my rein and whack behind the saddle, but it was necessary. Good old stare at fence number 6, but she's still getting into a bit of a rhythm. Heading round for fence 7. She seemed to like that one. We've got a nice little flow for 8. Good girl. And landed on the correct leg. We're winning at life. This is something we can't even do in basic flat work most of the time. Round to fence number 9, which she was quite happy to jump. It was inoffensive, broadly speaking. And then we have to do a little bit of a loop round. I kind of turned too tight and had to put a massive boot to get her to jump that, but she did it. And now we're cantering on the wrong leg. Oh no, quick flying change. We're on the right leg to 11. We're over, wrong leg. Quick flying change, which is purely done by her, not by me. And we're over the last, and the crowd goes wild. I need resuscitating now. That was absolutely exhausting. 12 jumps in a row, but we actually got round and dodgily jumped them all. So, quite miraculously, we came second! It wasn't a pretty round, and the nice judge said it was very funny to watch. Probably a compliment. But Cassie has switched back off again now. I have put some spurs on to give me a fighting chance. I think it's fair to say these regulatory whips are about as much good as a chocolate fire guard. So off we go into the next class. Would you look at that canter transition? It was an absolute beaut by my standards, which are quite low. So we now do apparently single phase show jumping, which is not something I was familiar with. So you just get around once, much more confident over the first. Because I propped my fence on the side of the arena for this, it's very sketchily edited together. Oh, there we go, over number 3. She was much more forward. I think, having seen the fences once and also the fact I'm wearing spurs, she was a billion times more forward into the fence. Flying down to number 7, that's when the timer starts, and a little bit of competitive me did kick on a bit. Round to number 11, heading for number 12. We're doing a pretty nice round, and then, nearly tips me through her ears. Dirty old stop. The fillers put her off. I looked like a loving rider and gave her a little pat and turned her around. But really, I was thinking quite murderous thoughts. But no, we'll forgive her that. Turned around and jumped it nicely. Well, we only went and came 4th in the 70, which I should add was out of 5, but it was really bloody unfortunate. She did a much more forward round with a stop at the last fence. No amount of spur was getting her over first time, and 70's a little bit, all right, what are you spooking at? A little bit tall from standstill. So I'm well chuffed. I'm just waiting for her to freak out about this rosette, but she's doing really well. I'm going to take it off now before I end up falling off before the end of the day. But on the whole, for our first ever show jumping trip, completely on our own, that's been amazing. So I'm back in the car. It's not even 1:45. I've done 2 single phase show jumping rounds. I have nearly needed resuscitation. Quite concerned for the old ticker. Don't remember it being tiring jumping, but the good news is it was so quick my bruise still warm. And I'll be home in time for an amazing dinner at my friend's house. Yay! So we're back. Cassandra is so excited by her rosette. Don't worry. Boy, stop stamping. Think girl through. No, she doesn't really want to wear it, but Mother's going to make her because she's so proud. So proud of you. You need to No, I'm not going to bother. Apparently winning is frightening. Stop stamping, madam. Wait. That was a great success. She just unloaded herself. So one thing that did happen in the warm-up was I managed to get my leg through the fence and like pinged my foot back like that. So I am self-medicating with a tubey grip because they are good. It's a little bit swollen.
How did you do
but we battled through. I put my leg through the fence by accident because Cassie was trying to avoid the water. Oh, my legs are hairy, that's nice.